In March the 10th of 1997, there's a TV series that kind of changed the way a lot of stuff was done for a long, long time on television, and that was Joss Whedon's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was made in part to pretty much make up for a film that he'd made earlier, actually, that he didn't feel that he had enough creative control in. And that's this one right here that you're seeing on the screen right now. And that's the 1992 film Buffy the Vampire Slayer, starring not the girl that you're familiar with most of the time when you think of Buffy, starring the very gorgeous Christy Swanson, and at the time the very popular actor from Beverly Hills 90210, Luke Perry. And one of my favorite actors of all time, I'm being Canadian, I have of course a lot of love for Donald Sutherland, who a lot of you people, especially horror fans, know for the film, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 Philip Kaufman classic. So how does Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original film, stand up? And did it deserve the crap that it got, especially from Joss Whedon? Well, I can understand what Whedon, obviously the TV series Buffy and the film Buffy are, in many, many ways, they're very similar, but they're also very completely different animals. There's more, I want to say there's more humor, but there's a darkness to this film here as well. But it does play with the humor a bit more, I guess, than Buffy originally did, especially in the original seasons. But all that being said, this movie ages extremely well. I'm not going to lie to you. This movie kept me watching from start to finish. The performances in this film are phenomenal, and the actors now, looking back after all these years to see who was in this film, and you can see them in the background there. We've got Christy Swanson in this one. We got Luke Perry, Donald Sutherland, Rutger Hauer's the main vampire. Paul Rubens does an amazing job. David Arquette as Benny is actually fantastic in the film, and he kind of harkens back in a way to the Fright Night Evil Ed aspect. We also have Hilary Swank in this film as well. Yeah, we do. We have Hilary Swank here, a future Academy Award winner as Buffy's, well, in a way, her rival, her friend and her rival at the same time. I love this. When it keeps going to the scene with, and everybody knows this scene, where his character, I think it's Alamein or something like that. Anyway, Paul Rubens' character is killed in this extremely funny, overly long death sequence that goes into the credits. It really does. One thing, Christy Swanson is gorgeous. She is an amazing specimen of a woman, and she still looks great today. But this here's some amazing stuff that's done. She does a fantastic job in doing the role of this kind of complete airhead valley girl type that you wouldn't see as the Slayer, but she totally owns the role once she becomes it. And the thing is that she becomes the Slayer, and she changes, and she sees things change around her, but it's not so drastic that you don't see the person that she was before that. She was, she's still a little vacuous. She still has that, but like any, basically, person as they're growing up, when they move out of their comfort zone, when they go to college and stuff, a whole new world opens up to them. And all of a sudden, the world that they saw before, but it's kind of like a tiny world, suddenly seems like it seems so small. And this is what happens to Buffy when all of her friends are still in that tiny little microcosm that is high school. Her whole world's been changed, and her eyes are suddenly opened to the fact that all this stuff that she's seeing as kind of like life changing and just devastating right now. It's means very little considering what's going on in her actual life. I mean, she's taking on pretty much the vampire apocalypse. That's what she's doing, and it's played extremely well. And in some ways, for me, the writing in the series Buffy, especially a lot of the dialogue, has a very unique Joss Whedon-esque aspect to it. And you can't, it's Whedon's good with dialogue, even if he kills off people randomly in his TV shows and his films. Yeah, Serenity, last episode of Buffy, all that stuff. But we may complain about this, but this aged extremely well. I mean, extremely well. The acting in it is still incredible. The humor still stands up to today to the same way. Yeah, actually, it stands up better today than it did back then. And having the Buffy series actually to even go and compare it to, you'd think that this might come off as kind of like a paler version of, because you have the series and all that, which we've had a long time, like 7 seasons of characterization and like writing to get to to perfect. Unfortunately, usually with a show that lasts for 7 seasons, and Buffy's one of these shows, the later seasons will tend not to work as well, and end up working against the show. That's why oftentimes I find that 5 seasons tends to be the sweet spot. Just ask Babylon 5 and shows like that. But no, the movie stands on its own perfectly, and it stands very strongly up against the TV series. I do love the TV series. I have the TV series. I have Buffy. I have Angel. I'm huge fans of the show, but this movie is magnificent. Rutger Hauer, he takes the role that he has, and he's the main villain, but he doesn't overshadow the rest of the film. Donald Sutherland is Merrick, the Watcher of the film. He's never called the Watcher, by the way. That the Watcher thing actually starts in the TV series. He's just as magnificent, and you really like him immediately. He's just one of these guys that you automatically like. Buffy also, even though she seems like a bit of an airhead at the beginning, and she doesn't care. She's like her friends. Kristy Swanson's an extremely likable actress, and she just does an amazing job here. Hilary Swank as the girl that just wants to best her at all costs. She does a fantastic job. Or Paul Rubens and David Arquette both steal the scenes on every scene that they are in. The character that Luke Perry plays is, I'm guessing, kind of the Xanderish character, or in other words, what Xander could have been, because I actually think that Luke Perry's character of Pike works better than the character of Xander in Buffy the TV series. I'll go on that one, and I'll say that. I like Pike in that role better than I like Xander, because I think Pike actually grew and became more of a character throughout this 2-hour-long, this 95-minute long movie, more than 7 seasons that Xander did on the series Buffy. And that's what I like about this one here. I like I like that main character. It's a strong supporting cast. Joss Whedon had nothing to be ashamed of here. I mean, this was a damn good movie. It may not have been exactly what he expected at the time, but hopefully he can look back on this now and just see how good this film actually was and how well done it was. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a fantastic, fun little romp, and you will enjoy it for the 95 minutes that it's on. It's not boring. The music is incredible. I love the score to this film. I should have looked at who made the score, because awesome job. I really love. I was listening to the menu. Unfortunately, because you can get tagged in on YouTube and stuff like that to take down your video because of the music in the background. I had to mute the music that's on the menu, and it's just a simple little kind of score thing, but I actually really like it. So there we go, day number 9, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie with Kristy Swanson. Fantastic film. I really think you guys should check it out. If you haven't seen it in a long time, if you've never seen it, and you've been turned off because you thought, okay, this series is this, and I don't want to. Oh, this is the series was doing what the movie couldn't do. Give it another shot, because this movie really does rock. And look at the scenes in the background. Don't tell me that's not a fun little film you want to watch. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Day 9, 31 Days of Horror. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to grab some tea right now. And have a great Saturday, because I got another movie to watch, because I got to catch up on my 31 Days of Horror. And I am out of here. Have a good one.